All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to another crypto video. Crypto Mac here, bringing you guys another video on Sand or Sandbox. And if you've been watching Sand the past 24 hours, 48 hours, if you've been watching Sand since 16th of November, 9 days ago, you know this coin is going absolutely crazy right now. And I've made a video yesterday. I think I made a video 2 days ago, like 3 days ago. Been making so many videos on Sand because every day something new happens. It just keeps pumping and pumping and pumping. It's actually insane. I just want to say this is not financial advice, so please do your own research. Looking at it, let's start from the bottom here. So we had a move. So Sand was pretty relaxed down here at 80 cents up, and then went down to 70 cents, and we just had a massive move, right? A massive move, symmetrical triangle formed after this massive move. And we thought this was big, right? Like, this was a big move. 370%. That's a big move, right? We had the big move and symmetrical triangle. We saw a correction, a nice little accumulation period here before it went blast off again. And we went blast off. We were out. We confirmed the breakout. Perfect. Confirmed the breakout. And it went parabolic, right? First parabolic move from here. 45%. Really good. What do we see? A correction, bull flag started to form from this descending wedge, and we actually saw a nice correction of 20%. 20% is pretty good, right? It's pretty good considering if you look at from down here, the pump we saw was 100%. So 100% pump into a 20% correction. That's decent, right? Bull flag formed. We went again, as we somewhat predicted on our channel. We talked about this potentially playing out, and it did play out. And we pumped another 52% and saw a correction, not very large, 8%. It's a small correction. The bull flag, the descending wedge was smaller, as we can see. Smaller correction, lasted less time, and we went again. What you can note from these three lines, if we look at the steepness to them, they got steeper each time, which is, as I said, it's like the opposite of what you would expect. You'd expect them to become less steep as with diminishing returns, because to make these gains is a lot harder here than to make the gains here. And this line is harder than this line because of diminishing returns, but Sand just didn't care. So we had this big move here. It took us to up to $7, hit our target again. We did speak about this, but like we could get a trifecta here of these three runs, right? And we got it, and we hit our target. Like you can see, this was our target here. We hit it nicely. That was our target there. Hit it nice. Actually, that's the first one, so that's not a target. But he was a target. He was a target. All the targets were hit. And yeah, and then finally, there wasn't really a descending wedge. I thought we might get one like here. I mean, if you really want it, you can say we got one. I want the hourly candle, and it doesn't seem like we did. I mean, you forget the 15-minute. You can somewhat say, right? You can somewhat say that we got another descending wedge before another move, but we didn't get as parabolic move as we previously saw. Although if you really wanted to, you could say we did. You could take that line and say that this line went from this breakout and say that we got to this level, which we pretty much almost did, right? We come down, and you can even also say that we got support off this line coming down. So we went up, come back down, got support. You could say we confirmed the breakout and then went up again. And you could also say that we're forming another descending wedge, if you really want, which means we had 1, 2, 3, and 4 bull flags on top of each other. What the hell is going on? Sorry, could we see another one? Potentially. I'm gonna say probably not, right? And if we look at the steepness from here, if we were to take it from here, which is a bit unfair because the breakout technically happened here, right? This looks like maybe it's steeper than this line. So the steepness is again going up if we take it from that line, meaning we could see another bull flag. Let me copy this. We could see a 5th bull flag form. And we could have a pump here all the way to $10. $10 could be it. We could be saying $10. At the rate it's going, at the current rate, if we get a breakout, $10 is going to be hit tomorrow, right? Because this one's going to be even like steeper, which I can't even imagine what this would be. 3 hours if this was to play out. This is so speculation. I did not see this playing out. But sand has proven me. It's just done a lot of strange things. It's moving so high. Parabolic moves, right? Parabolic moves. Bull flag and bull flag. We could see it happen again and reach $10, which I think would be pretty funny and I mean really good, obviously. The thing I'm saying is I think, let me go back to like the 4 hourly. You can barely even see that line there. Actually, go to the hourly. I think a correction is on the horizon. I think it has to be a correction on the horizon, right? Let me go to this. Looks weird. Because if you look at it, since this move, which is a pump all the way up to here, it's a 260% pump. The biggest correction we've seen is right here, 20%. That's a 20% correction here. Not much. 9. If we go from here, 15. These aren't 30, 40, 50, even 60% corrections, which we might need given that will pump 260%. Again, that's a 260% pump coming off of, from down here, a 370% move. And this pullback was 40%, right? That's 40% is a healthy correction. That's enough. In my opinion, that's enough, right? So maybe a 40% correction is what we might be looking at. Which if we took it from up there where we're at, 40% correction is down here at $5. Which is pretty solid, right? $5 sand is pretty good. I think that could be what you say. We end this bull flag. This has to come to an end eventually, right? This is not sustainable at all. This has to come to an end. We should see a correction has to happen, right? And I think a healthy correction like 40% could be a pretty good move. Come down to like the $5 level, get some support, and then move higher, and then move back up, go back to all-time highs, and you know, go higher. $10, $15, $20 if sand really wants it, right? 100%. Another thing we can look at is if we do a Fibonacci from here, we can see we actually broke out of our top line. This top line here, we broke out the 4.2368. We broke out. And we were above it. We come back in now. That's our last line. To just show how parabolic it's moved, right? We got resistance here on this first blue line. And some also resistance to this line. But we just smashed through every line. Every line we went through. Ever since we got support down here at this line, it was takeoff. Support, we went highest. Broke through lines. Support on this line, broke through. Just crazy, crazy moves. But as I said, I think a correction is probably likely. If we look at Bitcoin trading at 57,800, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I think a W is somewhat forming right now, like this. You could say W, which should technically give it a little push and push it back into this moving channel, sideways moving channel. I think that'd be really good for Bitcoin. That'd help Sand as well. Even though Sand's just running its own race, like does not care what Bitcoin is doing, right? So that's kind of fair. But when Bitcoin does well, most alts are going to do well. Realistically, you think that. So if Bitcoin starts to come back up, break 60k, get back into the 60,000 level, I think that'd be really good for Sand. I'll probably leave it there. I'll probably do a video on Sand tomorrow because I'm sure Sand's going to do something crazy tomorrow. Whether it goes up to hits $10 or comes down, then, you know, has a big correction, right? I'll do another video, I'm sure. Let me know what you think Sand's going to do. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Catch ya.